Hello students. So in the previous class we were talking about the different types of an image. What is image? Image is what? It is formed due to the reflection of the light, and this reflection can occur by that of a reflecting surface or by that of a mirror. And on that basis student we had divided the image into two, and that is the real image and virtual. A real image and a virtual image. Okay, so we discussed that what is a real image? The image which is formed due to actual intersection of that of the light rays, we consider them as a real image. And the image which is formed or which appears to be formed due to the intersection of the light, but actually there is no actual intersection of the light rays occur, such kind of an image is known as a virtual image. So basically there it appears that the intersection occur behind that of the mirror. Okay, so virtual image is that image where actual intersection does not occur, but it appears that intersection occurs somewhere behind that of the mirror. So such kind of an image is known as the virtual image. Virtual image student we cannot obtain on that of the screen. Suppose we are standing in front of the mirror, so as you move aside, your image will be not there. Until and unless you are standing in front of the mirror, it seems that image is formed, and it seems that image is formed somewhere behind that of the mirror. But as you move aside, then you will find that the image is not present in that of the mirror. And thus we can say that we cannot obtain the image on the screen. But here, in case of a real image, we can obtain the image on that of the screen. Like in case of a cinema hall, so the pictures that comes in the cinema hall, we will say that that kind of an image is a real image. Okay, so after that students, what we have started the understanding that of the mirror, and we discussed that what is a plane mirror. Plane mirror is what student? Plane mirror basically it forms the virtual image. Okay, and virtual image is there, and the incident ray when fall on it, it gets reflected, enters into the eyes of the object, and finally the person will be able to see that of the virtual and the erect image. We were also discussing about that of the characteristic. Let me give you a short brief of that of the characteristics. So the first characteristic of the plane mirror that we had discussed today, and that is it always forms a virtual image. Okay, so the image which is formed by that of the plane mirror is a virtual image. The second one is about the distance students. So you can understand like this. What happened in the distance? Distance of the object, distance of the image. So first one is the nature. Okay, so it will form the virtual image. One more thing is there. Whenever an image is a virtual, it will always be the erect image. Remember that. And whenever the image is a real, it will always be an inverted image. And that is why if you see, it is always written real and inverted, or virtual and erect. So whenever we say that this object, this mirror forms a virtual image, you will understand that it will not going to form only virtual image, but it will also form an erect image. So with this virtual image, you can add another point, that is virtual and erect. Okay, so it will form a virtual and erect image. Now the second one is student, and that is about the distance. So if you see the distance student, distance of what? Distance of object and distance of image. So the distance of the image is always equals to the which is formed behind that of the mirror, it is always equals to the distance of the object which is present at the front of that of the mirror. So distance of the object, distance of the image are equal. Okay, so distance of the image which is formed behind the mirror and the distance of the object which is present at the front of the mirror, both of them are having the same distance. It means if the distance starts coming closer to each other, if the object it starts coming closer to that of the mirror, the distance will also come closer to that of the mirror. As it starts moving far away, the image will also become far away from each other. So always the distance of that of the image is equal to distance of the object. If it is coming close, the image will also come close. If the object is moving far, the image will also move far. Then the third one is the size. So you see students, size of what? Size of the image and size of the object. So you see here student, here also the size of the image and the size of the object both are same. Okay, so in both the cases, even the distance or the size both are same. There is another property of that of the plane mirror, that if suppose you are standing in front of a plane mirror and when you move up your left hand, you will see that in mirror it seems that the image has left up the right side. Okay, and if you are moving your left hand, the image, if you see, that will be the left. It will the hand which is up by that of the image, you can see it will be a left side. So if we are moving up our left hand, the image it seems it of a right hand, and that if you are moving our right hand, then image it seems that of the left hand. So you see here student, it is generally opposite. If we are using the left hand, there you will, the image formed will use that of the right hand. So what is this? The image which is formed, student, on that of the plane mirror is inverted. What kind of a inverted? Is the lateral inversion, in which the left side of the object it seems to be the right side, and the right side of that of the part or of the object will seems at that of the left side. So due to this inversion, this is lateral inversion, means the left and right inversion, due to which we can say that it shows a peculiar property, and that is the lateral inversion. Very good example is that of the ambulance students. So if you see there, the ambulance which is written at the back side, if you see it from your mirror side, then you will feel that when you see that it will be just opposite, and you can see the proper ambulance there. So what does that mean? The left side it appears right side in the mirror, right side it appears left side in the mirror, and such kind of an inversion is known as the lateral inversion. So the last characteristic is the lateral inversion. Okay, in which the left side seems to be the right side and the right side seems to be the left side. These are some of the characteristics of that of the plane. Now, if suppose we will see that of the uses of the plane mirror, students. So if we talk about the uses, uses of the plane mirror. So the first use, basically we use the plane mirror at our home. Okay, so for looking. Okay, so we can write it. The first one, uses of plane mirror. Used in homes for looking into the mirror. Okay, so it is basically used in the home, not only in the home, student, it is used in the offices, okay, or it can be used in the any shops also, etc. So they are used in many places for looking can say we can see ourselves. So basically it is used for the looking into that of the mirror. Then it is used as a reflector in solar cooker. So we can write it. Used as a reflector in the solar cooker. Okay, so it is used as a reflector in the solar cooker. Third one, it is used in the periscope and that of a kaleidoscope. So we can write it. Used in the periscope and kaleidoscope. Okay, so it is used in that of the periscope and that of the kaleidoscope. Not only this, students, it is used in the measuring instrument also. So we can write it. It is used in the measuring instrument like what, student? Like that of the ammeter and that of the voltmeter. So we can write it. Used in various instrument like ammeter, voltmeter. So it is used in the various instrument like that of the ammeter as well as that of the voltmeter. So we can say, students, there are a lot of uses of the plane mirror. So they are used at our home, even in the offices also they are used. So they are, different mirrors are used so that they can show it will help in increasing the space area. It appears like that it is having a more space. Okay, so it is used in our home for the looking purpose, in our offices also, and if you see, it is also used as a reflector in that of the solar cooker. Okay, so in the solar cooker it is used as a reflector. Then if you see, it is used in the periscope or that of the kaleidoscope, and we will discuss about that of the periscope and kaleidoscope, student. Basically this will come when we talk about the multiple reflection of the light. Okay, so then we will discuss the multiple reflection of the light, and that time we will study that how the mirror plays an important role in that of the working of the periscope and that of the kaleidoscope. Then it is used in that of the various instrument, including that of the ammeter or that of the voltmeter. Okay, so these are the uses of that of the plane mirror. Now if we talk about the another kind of a reflection, and that is, we have discussed about the reflection of the light, students. Now reflection of the light is also depends upon the time of the surface. Okay, on that basis, reflection of a light is also divided into two, and that is regular reflection and the irregular reflection. Now see the student, if we talk about the regular and irregular reflection, so basically regular and irregular reflection, it depends upon the type of the surface, whether the surface is a smooth surface or whether the surface is a rough surface. So we can write it. Reflection of light depends upon the nature of the reflecting surface. Nature of the reflecting surface, students, so it can be smooth surface or it can be a rough surface. It can be a smooth surface or it can be a rough surface. So on that basis, student, the type of a reflection they show in these two type of a surface, we have divided them into two type of a reflection, and that is the regular reflection and irregular reflection. Let us understand both one by one. So at first we will understand that of the regular reflection, and then we will go through that of the irregular. So you see here, student, in case of a regular reflection is that in which when a beam of a light strike on that of a smooth surface, they will get reflected in the same way as it came. Okay, so in the same pattern, you can say in the same pattern they reflect as they arrive. That kind of a reflection is a regular reflection. So we can write it regular reflection is a reflection in which when a beam of light strikes on a smooth surface. Remember that, student, we are talking about a smooth surface. On a smooth surface, when this strikes on a smooth surface, they gets reflected in the same pattern as they arrives. Okay, so as they arrives in the same way, they used to reflect, shows the same pattern. Okay, so regular reflection is a reflection in which when a beam of a light it strikes on that of a smooth surface, it gets reflected in the same way. We will understand with the help of a diagram, students. And that is suppose this is a plane surface. Okay, so this is a mirror. And you can see here, the surface here is a smooth surface, it is a plane surface. So when a beam of a light comes over it, students, so you see here. Okay, so when this beam of a light, it falls on the surface, what will happen? It will goes or it will reflect in the same pattern as they arrive. So you see, as they came in the same way after reflection, they move. Okay, as the same pattern by which they arrive, they strike the surface in the same pattern, they get reflected in that of the other direction. And such kind of a reflection is known as a regular reflection. Now basically what happened, you can understand with the help of the example. If suppose you are standing in front of the mirror, so the reflection occurred through that of the smooth polished mirror is the regular reflection, and it is because of the regular reflection we are able to see ourselves in the mirror. So the reflection which is formed, the image which is formed in that of the mirror, it is due to the regular reflection. So we can say that we are able to see ourselves in the mirror because of regular reflection. So it is because of the regular reflection, student, we are able to see ourselves in that of the mirror. Okay. Now if we talk about that of the irregular. So the term itself is saying that it is not regular, it is an irregular. So what kind of a surface will be there in case of a irregular, students? So that will be a rough surface. So we can understand Okay, so this is what? This is the regular reflection. If we write two things, this is the smooth surface and this whole is regular reflection. This is the beam of an incident rays are there. And here, these are the reflected rays. So beam of a reflected rays are there and beam of a incident rays are there. So this is the smooth surface. Okay, regular reflection is there, smooth surface is there, and when they fall, they will bounce backward as the same pattern like they arrive. Now, if we talk about the irregular reflection, students, so in case of an irregular, when a beam of a light falls on a surface, falls on a rough surface, what will happen? After reflection, they move in a different direction, and such kind of a reflection is known as an irregular reflection. So we can write it. That irregular reflection is a reflection in which when a beam of a light falls on a rough surface after striking it reflected in the different directions. So you see, student, we can understand with the help of a wood. If suppose you have taken a wood, so wood is what? It is a rough surface. So when a beam of a light falls on that of the wood, it will get reflected. Now here the reflection occur of each of the ray, it is in the different direction. So we can say that what happened here? Here the light rays get scattered because they are moving in a different direction. So we can say that these light rays after reflection they get scattered. Okay, so irregular reflection is a reflection in which when a beam of a light falls on a rough surface, it gets reflected in a different direction, and such kind of a reflection is a irregular reflection. We can understand with the help of a diagram, students, and then I will tell you that what is the use of this also irregular reflection, because we have seen in case of a regular reflection, student, in the case of a regular reflection we see that regular reflection help us to see the image in that of the mirror. What happened in that of the irregular? Now suppose this is what? This is a kind of a rough surface. You can see here rough surface, it means it is an uneven surface. So we can say this is the rough surface. Again, the surface is not a transparent one. What happened when a beam of a light falls on this surface? Now see this, student. So this beam of a light falls on this surface, then what will happen? This surface, it may get struck to the same one. Okay, this one, it may go to this side, and this one, it may go to this side. So you see here, student, what happened here? These rays, they move to the different directions. Okay, so you can see here the pattern as they came does not follow after reflection. Why is this so? It is because of the uneven surface. So they get deflected, they get reflected in the different directions. Okay, so this is what? This is the irregular reflection. irregular reflections, what happened here? Here, scattering of the light occurred. Scattering of the light. What is the scattering of the light? When the light rays, they get reflected in all the different directions, such phenomena is known as the scattering of the light. So basically student, it is because of the irregular reflection only we are able to see the thing which is present around us. Because the light rays, it gets scattered in a different direction, and that is why we get a wide range of area to see the objects. Okay, and if it is a regular reflection, so we will see the limited area, and we can see the limited area, it is visible to us after reflection. But since it gets scattered, okay, it gets reflected in the different directions, and that is why we are able to see the wide range of the area. So because of the scattering of the light, we are able to see the object which is present around us. Scattering of the light only we are able to see the sky also, students. Okay, so we can say the scattering of light or the irregular reflection help us to see the wide range of area. So we can write it, that is it is because of irregular reflection or scattering of light, we are able to see the things which is present around us. Okay, so it is because of the irregular reflection, it is because of that of the scattering of the light, we are able to see the object. So this is what, student, this is the regular and the irregular reflection. Now, like that of the regular and irregular reflection, there is another kind of a reflection, and that is known as a multiple reflection or a multiple reflection of the light. Okay? So, multiple reflection of the light. So, this one we had discussed about that of the regular reflection, students, and likewise there is another type, and that is the multiple reflection of the light. So you see, what is the multiple reflection of the light? So basically what happened, if suppose you had two mirrors and you kept the two mirrors with a certain angle, then you will find that there is no formation of a one image, or there is no reflection occur for a one time, but the reflection occur back and forth, and due to which many images are formed. So when you kept the two mirrors at a certain angle, then due to the multiple reflection, there is a formation of a multiple image. So we can write it, multiple reflection of the light is back and forth, several times. When two mirrors are kept at a certain angle. So, if two mirrors they are kept at a certain angle, students, then what you will find using will find that there will be a multiple reflection of the light occur, and that reflection can be back and forth, and it occurs several times, and due to which there is a formation of a many images. So we can write it that multiple reflection give rise to many images. Okay, so you see here student, multiple reflection of the light is got in which when the two or more mirrors, not only the two mirror, when two or more mirror are kept at an angle between them, then you will find that there will be a not one type of a reflection, one reflection will occur, but multiple reflection, back and forth reflection will occur, and due to which you can say that many images will be formed, and such kind of a reflection is known as a multiple reflection of light. Now student, let me tell you one more thing, and that is the number of the image depend upon the angle between that of the two mirrors. Okay.